Hello, my name is Alison, and I would like to welcome you, my pre-service colleagues, to my presentation. During this speech, I will discuss the concept of identity and the role the arts have on this concept and the Australian curriculum. We will speak about how the various art forms can help in educating about culture, creative thinking, and inclusiveness across a diverse student base. Essentially, identity is a sense of self. A person's identity can directly impact the way they communicate and the choices they make. This can influence a student's capability to be an involved member in a classroom. The art of Australia's Indigenous is the oldest ongoing traditional art in the world. There are vibrant stories and history attached to traditional Indigenous art forms, making art an important part of Aboriginal life and culture. In Aboriginal culture, art connects the Indigenous to their history and identity. Showcasing these art forms within the classroom will give non-Indigenous students a stronger understanding of Australian Indigenous culture and create an exciting and inclusive environment. Art in education values and explores the contributions of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples through their individual ways of communicating knowledge, experiences, and traditions through their art. Using art can be an extremely effective tool and can aid in forming a relationship with you and your Indigenous students. For my peers to better understand the concept of identity, let's imagine you are the teacher of a Year 2 classroom. It's no secret that children love picture books, but instead of picking up the big friendly giant, you could read a traditional Indigenous Dreamtime story, like this book here, called Who Made the Sun? This will assist in keeping the students visually stimulated and focused, while also learning about culture and identity. This visual art storybook features beautiful artistic images to keep the students engaged, and the story demonstrates Indigenous culture. This teachable-based arts activity can deliver concepts that aid in positive socialisation. Therefore, non-Aboriginal students can gain an understanding of Australian Indigenous culture and learn to view it with respect. This can minimise discrimination. Cultural art-based activities can make Aboriginal students feel more included and comfortable because they will identify with the learning material as it is part of their cultural upbringing and identity. The Dreamtime stories have a significant impact on Aboriginal cultural identity. I will now read some of the book to demonstrate the Aboriginal identity this picture book showcases. Long ago, when the world was young and there was no sun, only the moon and the stars to give light, how dim and cold it was. It was hard for the animals when they went searching for food, as they could not see who was enemy and who was friend. The first page shows native Australian animals. This sparks interest, as it is something all students will recognise. The story then goes on to portray the emu and the brogala, who fight in defence of the beauty of their eggs, causing the brogala to throw one of the emu eggs into the sky in rage. She threw it as hard and high as she could into the sky, where the sky spirits had gathered a great pile of sticks. When the egg hit the sticks, the yolk burst into flames and set them on fire. This creates the sun, which illuminates what is depicted as a beautiful landscape. There is then images of traditional Aboriginal sky spirits, which can broaden the mind of non-Aboriginal students and allow the Aboriginal students to feel included. This book then tells of how some days the sky spirits forgot to light the fire, so they needed to think of a way to awaken each morning. They decided to ask the kookaburra, who agrees. The storybook highlights Aboriginal beliefs. One example is that the kookaburra's call should not be copied, for fear it may get upset and stay silent. They believe the sun won't rise if this happens. It could be beneficial if these beliefs were common knowledge, as it is said that an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander student's identity will be ruled by the relationships within the classroom. The New South Wales Review of Aboriginal Education articulate that strategies to improve performance and feelings of contentment in Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students will fail if there is not a focus on identity and belonging. An aim of the arts in the Australian curriculum is to allow understanding of Australia's history and traditions through engaging with traditional and contemporary art forms of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. By using the art in the classroom, Aboriginal students will feel included within the context, and that their culture and identity have a respected place in the classroom, thus heightening feelings of belonging and engagement. By you, my peers, imagining yourself as a teacher, you can see the impact identity has in the classroom and the ways in which identity can be nurtured and developed through the arts. Through this activity, you can better understand how Aboriginal identity is linked to culture and subsequently engagement within the classroom. Thank you very much for watching.